Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It is Q, and today we are doing that. We are bringing our MLO into the server. I just want to start this video off by saying that I made a couple mistakes and I did not omit them, I guess you could say, from the video because we make tons of mistakes. You can expect to make mistakes. Expect to make mistakes, and you probably will get frustrated. So, expect to get frustrated. Making MLOs is not for the faint of heart. It takes a lot of practice, and practice. So don't give up. If I given up, then I wouldn't be here today making these videos for you. There would be times where you probably would feel like you want to give up and you can't do it. No, you can. It just takes time to learn, and we learn through repetition. Okay, I made some mistakes in this video, but I also talked through how to fix them too. So please don't give up. Be patient. That's why it's taking so long to get this video out, because I had to go back and show you how to fix it the best way I can. If my explanations were not clear enough, join the Discord and ask questions. You can also sign up, register for one-on-one sessions with me, and I can walk you through any of your maybe you're stuck and you're not sure how to move past. Because sometimes the stuff don't be making sense. It just simply don't be making sense. Like, dang, I did every single step and it's still not making sense. So with that being said, join the Discord, ask for help. No, there are no dumb questions. However, I will say this: the quality of the answer that you will receive will be a direct reflection of the quality of your question. So if your question is low quality, you might, just know your answer might be just as low of a quality. All right, let's jump into the video. If you're new here, welcome, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Share. Let's get to it. All right, so we are going to pick up where we left off on Monday. I know I ended the video saying that we needed to paint our vertexes. What we're going to do before we do that is check to make sure our normals are turned in the right direction. If our normals are not turned in the right direction and we were to import this into the game, you would walk into your building and you wouldn't be able to see anything. So if we come up here to the top hand right side corner of the screen, not in the outliner but just right here at the two circles, bring down this viewport overlays drop down menu, and then come down to where it says geometry and face orientation. You're going to enable face orientation. All right, so if you look at your interior, I don't know if yours looks like mine, but if it does, this is not what we want. We don't want the outside to be blue. We want the outside to be red. We don't want the inside to be red. We want the inside to be blue, because whatever is blue is what you will see in the game. Whatever is red, you will not see in game. Okay, so we are going to flip these normals. You can flip normals two ways. If you tab into edit mode, you can come up here to mesh and go down to normals and it'll say flip. You can also press Alt N and it'll basically bring up the same menu and you can select flip. But before we do that, we have to select all the faces that we want to flip. I'm going to leave the window frame and the door frame untouched because they are blue and we do want to see those in game. Okay, so I'm going to box select, hold shift and box select all the faces that we want to flip. All right, make sure you get the bottom of your interior also. Don't leave any faces. Okay, now I am going to press Alt N and I'm going to select flip. Now, as you can see, our exterior is red and our interior is blue. All right, so once you flipped your normals, make sure you save. Then come back up here to the viewport overlays menu and disable face orientation to put everything back to normal. All right, Now that we've done that, we are going to do one more thing before we paint our vertex color. We are going to convert our interior to a drawable. And how do you do that? Okay, you can do it one of two ways that I know of. You can obviously select what you want to convert, and you can press V, and you can select not convert to composite, but convert to drawable here. And you can also open up the Solemn's tools menu and go to drawables, then go down to create drawable objects, center to selection. Do not auto embed your collision, but we will have center to selection on, and you just click convert to drawable. Okay. All right. Now that we have made this into an actual drawable, let me just minimize some of this stuff so it's not so overwhelming on the eyes. Now that we have converted this to a drawable, we are going to go ahead and paint our vertexes. Okay, so with our interior selected, you want to come over here to this right side panel. You may be in the material view section, but go up to if you are here or on something else, make sure you have the little green triangle, upside down triangle selected in the area where we renamed our UV map to UV map 0. Below that, you have something called color attributes. Make sure you extend that drop down menu, make sure your interior is selected, and then click the plus sign. We're going to rename it to color 1. Your domain should be set to face corner. Your data type should be set to byte color, and your color, if you click on it, you're gonna go, you'll probably be on HSV. Come over to RGB, set the red value to 255. You will leave the green at 0, and then set the blue also to 255. And then once you've done that, this will turn to pink. I think initially it was like black or something. It'll switch to pink, and you're gonna press OK. I've tried a couple of vertex, colors. This one has seemed to have done the best for me. Basically what painting your vertexes does is allows from what I can tell and what I've heard and learned through numerous videos, is that it's going to allow your colors in the daytime and the nighttime to show up as they should. I did notice that when I initially imported some MLOs into the game, that at nighttime the skin tone of my character would be off. It would be just weird looking. And when I actually came and painted the vertexes and re-imported it back in there, I saw that my skin tone was like normal. I look normal. The colors around in the space look normal. Okay. So now that we have done that, we are going to move forward to creating our collision. All right, so in order to create our collision, what we are going to do is select our shell, our interior, and we are going to press Shift and D to duplicate it. And if you move your mouse around, you'll see that you have a duplication of your interior. What you're going to do is right click to just drop it back into the same exact place. And with it still being selected, you're going to press Alt and P. And this little small menu is going to come up, and what you're going to select in is clear and keep transformation. Okay, so select that. And basically what it did was, when we initially duplicated it, it was still here within the first, it was parented here within the first, within our drawable. So by us pressing Alt P, it allowed us to unparent it and make it its own object within the outliner. Now it is not yet a collision, just so you know, it's not a collision yet. In order to make it a collision, you need to open, first let's rename it so we're not confused. I'm just going to put underscore COL at the end. Hacker underscore lounge underscore interior underscore COL, short for collision. After doing that, we're going to open up our Solemn's Tools menu again. We are not working with drawables anymore. We are now moving on to the collision. We don't need to create material just yet, but we do need the create bounds. Okay. So this is basically what you want to look. You want the apply default flag to be enabled and the center to selection to be enabled. With the collision selected in the outliner, you want to come over here to convert to composite, okay, and click it. Boom. And now you have a collision. With that said, if you bring everything down in the drop down, you'll just, this is what your outliner should look like. You should have the first name Hacker Lounge in interior collision, then you should have Hacker Lounge interior collision.bvh, and then you should have .poly underscore mesh. Okay, so you're gonna come down, click on where it says plain, or if yours says something different, this little green triangle, and then you see the materials. We're going to basically remove these materials, so go back here and click on material and press the minus sign to remove all of these materials. Okay. Everything is still there, but we just removed the color. It's if we were to hide the Hacker Lounge interior, the first initial model, you'll see that everything is now white. Okay, that's because we just removed the materials from the collision. All right. You don't have to hide it if you don't want to, but you can if it just makes things makes it easier to understand what's happening and what's going on. Okay, with the poly mesh selected, we want to come to where it says create collision material, and I'm just going to create a concrete material. I think it's like one of the most common ones when first learning to create MLOs, but you can change it and set your different surfaces, different faces of your interior to have different collision materials. What are the collision materials for? So for instance, if you were to walk on, when you walk on inside of your interior, when you walk, is gonna, if you select concrete, it's gonna sound like you're walking on concrete. If you select wood or something, I think there's like a wood option, or maybe if you select wood, yeah, there are many different wood options if you change it to that. I think there's maybe glass, yeah, there's glass, maybe carpet, yeah, carpet. So there are quite a few different ones that you can select and change and add for your different surfaces. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to change it, set it to concrete. So with the poly mesh selected in the outliner, I'm going to choose concrete, and then I'm going to come down and select create collision material. So now when we import this in the game, everything's going to have the how do you say it? It's going to be as if it's concrete. So when you shoot a weapon at it, it's going to react as if it's concrete. All right. Okay, so now that we have our collision created, we are going to move on to the creation of our Y type, and this is the part where we start creating our MLO. Okay, so in order to create a Y type, you're going to come down to where it says archetype definition, and I bring it down, and it should say Y types with the interior lounge collision selected. With it selected over here in the outliner, you're going to press the plus sign, and then we're going to rename this to I'm just gonna name it to what I've been calling it the whole time. Okay, make sure this is selected in the outliner, not the interior, but the interior collision is selected in the outliner. Then you're going to press the plus sign to get the Y type, and then you're going to name it. Okay, then down here where it says archetypes, you are going to again make sure it's the collision is selected, and then you're going to come right here where it says base and switch it to MLO. Okay, make sure the collision is selected, make sure you're in object mode, and then come here where it says auto create from selected and click. Boom. Okay, so we're kind of gonna do the same thing to our interior. Okay, we had our interior hidden, at least I did. So just so we don't confuse ourselves, just hide the collision really quickly. Hold down shift and click the eyeball, and then unhide the interior and select it. Okay, we're gonna do some kind of the same thing that we just did, but instead of us having it set to MLO, we're going to change this back to base. Okay, make sure your interior is selected, switch from MLO to base, and then choose auto create from selected. So you should have two things right here. Now you have your Y type, the one thing that we need to rename it at first. Yes, now we have our MLO, and then we have our base. 1, 2, and 3. This is what yours should look like. 1, 2, 3. Y type, archetypes. All right, so now we are going to go back to working with the collision. So you can unhide your collision and hide your interior, so that now you just see your collision in the viewport. Make sure your collision is selected, and then select your collision here under the archetype. Okay, collision. If you notice that if you click on these two, they bring up different settings, different menu. The menu that you want to have access to is the one that says collision. You come down here, you can see where it says rooms, portals, entities, time cycle modifiers, MLO flags, entity sets. We are going to select rooms. After selecting rooms, we are going to come down to where it says create limbo room, and we're going to create 2 limbo rooms by selecting it twice. So you're going to click once, you have created a limbo room, and then you're going to click twice and you have created a second one. So we are going to rename the second one to either whatever suits you best. It really depends for me on what I am creating. If I'm just creating a 1-room interior, I'll call it main room. If I am creating multiple rooms, I might call it room 1 or room 2 or room 3. After you've created your rooms, you should see limbo and you should see main room. So just 2 right here. All right, and then if you come down further, you will see this panel, the floor ID. We want to change it to 1, and make sure that we are changing the main room floor ID. Limbo should stay at 0. Limbo is the outside world. Main room is the inside of this building. Please make sure you are saving along the way. All right, let's also select the room ID for our collision material. So if you come over here, you might have to expand your hierarchy more to get to where your collision material is. Click on your collision material and this menu will pop up. If it doesn't pop up, make sure you have the material tool selected to bring up this menu. And then you want to come down to where it says Solemns and change this room ID to 1 also. Okay, so your main room floor ID should be 1. Your limbo floor ID should be 0. and then your room ID for your collision material should be 1. Okay, save as you go. All right, so now that we've done that, we've created our rooms, we need to create our portals. Portals are extremely important. If we get these wrong, you can experience so many type of bugs and glitching and the world disappearing, and we don't want that. All right, so let's pay attention. Let's take this a step at a time and let's get it. Okay, so we are right here. We are on we have rooms selected. We want to go over to where it says portals. Make sure you have your collision over here selected so that this can actually show up. You should be able to see this blue box. I have the poly mesh selected, but you should be able to see this. You should also, where is it? This right here where it says show portal gizmo, you want to make sure it's turned on, because when we create it, you want to be able to see it show up. All right, go into with portal selected, we want to tab into edit mode and make sure we have vertex select mode turned on. All right, we are going to basically select 4 points, 4 vertices to create our portal. For the door, we are going to select the 4 inner vertices of the door. Hold down shift to select them all. Now that we have the 4 vertices for the door selected, you can see we are going to make this our first portal. You want to be outside of the building when you are making the portal. That way your portal can be facing the right way. All right. So right here, under where it says portals, there are 3 different things that we want to make sure are set to the right settings. So what this says is create from vertices, and I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Beside it, it says none. We want to change that to main room, because we are coming from the main room and we are going to the outside world, which is the limbo. So you want it to go from main room to limbo. Okay, since we have our 4 vertices selected, yes, we're gonna do create. Now you want to select create from vertices, and boom, you should be able to see your portal. If you do not see this, make sure that your collision, your poly mesh is selected over here in the outliner. You want this arrow to be pointing out. You don't want it to be pointed in. All right. So now we have to do the window. We're going to basically do the same exact thing. Select our 4 vertices on the inside of the window. You notice it looks like there is not a vertice on the inside. That's because this is our glass. The glass is in the way, so we kind of have to go on the inside of. Let me just move this menu real quick so I can see. You have to go on the inside to get the 4 vertices, because the glass mesh right here is in the way. All right, now that I have all 4 selected, I'm going to make sure I'm on the outside of the building. Bring up the Solomon Tools menu again. Make sure it says main room to limbo, and then select create from vertices. Now it's going from that side to that side. Okay. We have officially created our portals. Make sure you are saving along the way. All right, so we are almost done with creating our MLO. Now we need to make it so that when we import our shell into the game, that the game can recognize it as an actual MLO house object in the world, and so that it'll actually show it to us. A lot of times you hear people, or I see questions or people wanting help and say, I can see my MLO in Code Walker, or I can see my MLO in the RPF Explorer, or I can see my MLO in OpenIV, but I can't see it in the game. Why? A lot of times it's because you failed to add your your shell as an entity in the limbo. So what we're going to do is come to rooms. We're going to make sure limbo is selected. Then come over to entities. You can hide your collision for a moment because now we are back to working with the interior. You're going to select it over here in the outliner. Entities, make sure your room is limbo. Entities, interior shell. And then you're going to say click add objects as entity. Okay. When you do this, it makes it so that you can see it in the actual world. Make sure you are saving as we go. Now that we've added our interior shell as an entity in limbo in the outside world, you want to come down to where it says, below all of that, where we've added it as an entity, come down to where it says room and make sure we change this from none to limbo. Okay. Make sure you are saving as we go. Let's do some quick checks to make sure we have everything set correctly. So we have our main room, we have our limbo room, and our main room. Make sure your limbo floor ID is set to 0. Make sure your main room floor ID is set to 1. Make sure your concrete, your collision material room ID is set to 1. What else? Come over to portals. Make sure both portals are going from main room to limbo. All right. Make sure you're saving. All right. So we have done it. We've created our MLO. We built our interior. Now all that is left to do is export everything. So we're going to unhide the collision. And get ready to export our Y type. So basically we have our Y type here. You can go back into object mode. We're going to export our Y type. You're going to export it wherever you want to. Wherever you've already been exporting your stuff, that's what you're going to do. I'll go ahead and do mine. I think this is the right location. Actually, let me just go Hacker Logic creation, Blender exports. I'm just gonna do this. Create a folder and call it final. Just because organization is key. Okay, so that is our Y type. Now we want to export our interior and our interior collision. So we are going to select the hierarchy for the right click and select hierarchy for the interior and come up to where it says general, export Coworker XML, same place, export, do the same, right click, select hierarchy. Make sure, hold on. Make sure I selected that right. Export Coworker XML, same place. Okay. Now that we've exported everything, we are going to open up an RPF Explorer and import it, convert the files. Just give me a second to open up. Not again. Okay, so I have a lot of stuff going on. I have a lot of stuff going on over here, so don't mind me. Just do what you got to do to convert your stuff. See, I see my Y type. Where is the? Gotta make sure we are in edit mode. So I'm gonna bring both of mine over here. Hacker Lounge interior, where is it? Here it is. I'm gonna check it out in Code Walker just to make sure we can see. Did I not embed my wait, did I not embed the textures? Whoa. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold up, wait a minute. Okay, so I forgot to embed the textures, and if I forgot, then you probably didn't either. No worries. Just come back into Blender. You can close out of this menu for now. Select your interior. You can select it here. Hide the collision for a second so that you can make sure you're selecting the right thing. Over here in this panel, for every single texture that you've added, right, you want to come down to the Solemns drop down, and then you're going to go to texture parameters. Click embed for each texture. Just click embed. I have like 5 or 6 textures. Embed. We're embedding them all. Save. All right, now we are going to we don't have to export everything. We just need to export this interior again. So open up the Solemns menu, right click, select hierarchy, export Code Walker XML, export to your location that you want to export it to. I'm going to delete this one, then I'm going to bring it back over to the RPF Explorer. Now when we look at it, it should have materials, and as you can see that the exterior of this is invisible. It doesn't matter because it's going to be inside of our shed, but what we want is to be able to see the interior. Yeah, all right, so we can close out of that, but what we need to now do is take these 2 files and drag them into our stream folder. Let me bring this back over so you can see. If you remember, it's been quite a while since we done anything for the server. So we have our folder that we added as a resource in our server. So you're gonna open that up. This is where we have our stream and our FX manifest. Open the stream folder, and we're going to drag in the Hacker Lounge interior YDR, and we're going to drag in the Y type Hacker Lounge interior Y type. Okay, so now we have the collision files and we have the actual shed for it. All right, so let's minimize these. It's not ready to be tested out in the server just yet. Now we need to open up Code Walker. Congratulations, you made it probably further than anybody who has ever tried to make an MLO. Congratulations for making it this far. You are absolutely amazing. Remember, if you press T, it'll bring up this toolbar at the top, and you can press spacebar to bring out the side menu. Make sure your DLC is enabled, and make sure it's enabled to the latest DLC. If you did not have this turned on, if you from whatever video we've initially turned it on, turn it on, and then come over to options and click save settings. All right, so let us go to where our little shed is. Okay, here it is. All right, so now that we're here at the location, what we're going to do is basically open up our stream folder for the Hacker Lounge right here in Code Walker. So the place where you saved the YDR and the Y type and the shed and the exterior, all of that collisions, that stream folder, just copy that path and then come over here to the top left hand corner to this folder and click the drop down. Then you're going to select open folder. and then you're going to paste in the path that you copy and click select folder. It might take a minute. Okay, I think I opened. Did I open the wrong? I opened the wrong. Hold on, I opened the wrong one. Let's try this again. Okay, there we go. Now the building is open. All right, let's keep going. So now that we have this open, just like this be in my way, y'all. I have two screens. I don't want to really move this because I want you to be able to see it. Let's just get a little closer. Usually I'll drag this over to my other screen, but I want you to see it, so I'm gonna keep it here for now. Let's make it a little smaller, I guess. This is where we're about to create our Y map. I want you to come over here to the little paper with the little star and click the arrow drop down and click new Y map. And then we are going to basically click save, and we're going to rename it. I'm just going to call it the same thing I call everything else. Echo Lounge _ interior, and it'll give it to file extension for Y map. All right, now that we've done that, you're gonna make sure this is selected, go up to Y map and choose new entity, and then we are going to get the name of our collision. I don't have my collision in here. OMG. Okay, well, don't worry, hold on a second. Save this, close it. You can go on and close because we're gonna have to open it back up. Click yes. Would you like to save the current project? No. I thought I brought the collision into what you call it, but let's do that really quickly. The interior hacker lounge. Oh, I just didn't drag it into the stream folder. Okay, let's do that really quickly. All right, there's our collision. All right, now minimize that. Let's open the folder back up in CodeWalker. These are things that happen, y'all. There are so many steps to making an MLO, and it's so easy to like just forget to do one small thing. Don't be overwhelmed. Just keep pressing on. Take it a step at a time. Rewind, hit the rewind button if you have to. All right, come back in the CodeWalker. Come up here again to the folder, drop down, open folder. Should already be selected. Just make sure the path is right. Select folder. Now we're gonna come to the Y map. Go up here where it says Y map, new entity. You're going to take the name of basically your collision file, and that is your MLO. And you're going to paste it here where it says archetype. All right, and now you can see and we need to get rid of the because I forgot that I saved the egg. You can click on the egg and just click delete entity, and then the egg will go away. All right, so it's kind of cricket. We are going to reposition it so that it fits inside. But what we're gonna do, just select where it says interior Y map right here, Hacker Lounge interior Y map, click save. Make sure you click it, make sure it's saved. We're gonna close it. Why do we close it? Because sometimes CodeWalker be acting funny. Yes, I want to close it. No, I don't want to save it. It'll act funny, and sometimes I'll be like hard-headed and I don't close, and my CodeWalker be crashing. Whole lot of crazy stuff. So just close it, open it back up, and now we are going to reposition it. All right, so in order to position it, I am going to move this out of the way. You know, we're not going to mess with anything with this right now. You're going to go over here to the top left corner of the screen and select the selection tool, and then you're going to select the move tool. Then you're going to right click on this. You remember you right click to select, so you're going to right click on your shell so that we can select it. You're going to turn on rotate, because we need to rotate this so that it is the proper, going in the proper direction. I like to rotate, and I like to turn off snapping because ain't nobody got time for that. And then you just start to rotate. All right, so basically first I am going to do my best to line it up horizontally. The further you pull your mouse away from the gizmo, the slower you can, the more, I guess you could say, the more slow, micro adjustments you can make. I'll say that. Then I'm going to turn back on the move. See if we can line it up as best as possible. Or it's not all the way lined up just yet. And then we need to bring it down. Yeah, keep bringing it down some more. I don't know what it looks like on this side. Okay, it's too far down. I don't like how that is. It's like rotated. Is it just me? It looks like it's going straight up and down, but let's just raise it. I'll just look around, see if the stuff look right. See if it looks right to you. It says it can go down a little. But yeah, okay, so let's rotate it slightly on this axis, on the x-axis, like that. Okay, I think that's good. Let's go check the window one more time. And you can always make adjustments later, but this seems to be all right. I don't see anything poking out the top or anything like that. This is what I mean by like leaving yourself room when you make your like your window frames and your this is off. When you make your window frames and your door frames. Let's see if I move it that way some. Is the window messed up now? No, it's not. Okay. Is it poking out on this side? Don't think so, but let's go inside and see. Okay. So we don't want that. I don't know if I should. Let's rotate it. Okay, we don't want that. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I want to rotate it. If I move it back, what happens? Does the front look right still? Yeah, I can see it looking right. What about the back side? Still looking all right? So you have to make your adjustments and be patient with yourself, because again, Code Walker is not like, it's good for what it does, obviously, but you have to be patient. Don't get, you probably will get frustrated. It won't be perfect. Just do your best. Don't give up. Okay, so we're gonna leave it there. I think that's pretty good. Okay, now I'm gonna bring this menu back over. So that is our white map. Okay, now we have to save it. So you're gonna click right here on interior white map and click save. Save. And then what we want to do, is 44 minutes in. We want to come to tools. We're gonna create a manifest generator. Without this manifest, it's not gonna show up. I think we've already saved the manifest before, right? Yes, no, maybe so. No, we haven't. We definitely haven't. Okay, so let's name it. Oh, did I just move too fast? Probably did. Okay, go to tools, manifest generator, generate, save manifest. I'm gonna save it to the stream folder. Name it whatever you want. Lounger and Hacker Lounge. Yeah, we can I'm just naming everything the same thing, and it'll name itself to the YMF. All right, that's it. That's all we're doing today. No, that's not all we're doing today. Let's remove these occlusions. Should we remove them? Yes, let's remove them, because you saw what it looked like to have occlusions. So let me show you what it looks like to not have occlusions. So what we're going to do now, keep this open, but I'm just going to move it out of the way. Come over here to where it says selection. Then we're going to turn on occlusion. It's a whole box. It's a whole box in here we need to get rid of. So with all right, did I tell you what to do? You come over here to selection. Then change from entity to occlusion, and we need to get rid of this box. This is a full box. You should be able to just delete it. Make sure you right click. It was the shell was right clicked on, so it was selected. So make sure you right click on the box, and then you're basically gonna select it. And when you select it, this whole thing pops up right here. Box occluder. We want to get rid of it, so we're just gonna click delete box to get rid of it, and then now we have a new YMap. It just automatically added itself to our project. You're gonna click on it, and you're gonna click on this occlusion YMap, and you're gonna click save. And you're not gonna rename it. You're just gonna save it. Okay, whatever it said, leave it and just click save. And that's it. And I don't think there are any more. Let's look around. Let's just fly in and see, make sure there are no more. There's this underneath, but that shouldn't be a problem. If we see any more, then we'll just have to, figure out where it is and remove it. All right, so that's everything. Once you have everything positioned, you want to save your YMap. We saved our occlusion, we save our YMap. Make sure you also save your Y-type file right here. Under Y-types, you should see something says Hacker Lounge _ interior Y-type. Make sure you save that also. Save everything. And then go to tools, manifest generator. Generate your manifest. Save your manifest. I named mine Hacker _ Lounge _ interior. I'm just going to resave it. Yes, replace it. Now we are going to test it out in the server. Okay, so just drop your new stream folder in your resources on your server, and let's go test it out. All right, y'all, we are here at the location, and here it is. We have our MLO imported. I want to say that See, all our textures are showing. I haven't obviously I didn't resize any of these textures, so these textures are at its highest quality, which we more than likely do not need. So if you resize your textures just to make them smaller, it will make your files smaller too. What else? So I had a little bit of issue with my MLO, and if I had an issue, then more than likely you had an issue too. I'm gonna insert a clip on how to fix it. So my issue, the issue that I had when I was importing the MLO into the server was that my collision was in a different location than the actual shell. So when I was saving my YMAP, well, one, it wouldn't save. If the first issue that I had was that it wouldn't save, and because the reason why it wouldn't save when I kept trying to save the YMAP for the interior is because I kept forgetting to save the Y type 2 while in CodeWalker. I am going to talk through it in the video and show you how to fix it if you experience it also. More than likely you did, because you follow along with me. And then the second reason why I was having the issues because the collision was in a different location. The reason why that happened is because while we were in Blender, I forgot to apply the transform so that everything would move together. I will insert a clip on how to apply the transform so that if you're experiencing any issues with your MLO, that's probably what it was. When I first made my MLO, like I could see it like from the street, I could see the door, like I could see the outline of the door, but then when I got closer, it would disappear. Not because it wasn't there, it was there, but the collision was like it was in the outside world and could be seen. Kinda, it couldn't be seen. It was almost like it was an occlusion, so it was causing ghosting. And so when I walked inside, I could see the building, but the building was turned sideways. And I could walk this way, but I would look back and the building would be over there. And then when I walked back outside, I was bumping into the collision and I couldn't get around it. So that's probably what you experienced also. So I will go back into Blender and show you how to apply your transforms. And when you apply your transforms, you're gonna have to export everything all over again and follow the same steps that we did when I was showing you in CodeWalker how to, create the YMAP and all that. It's the same exact steps, just this time you're gonna do it with the correct files this time. All right. So if you have any questions, please join the Discord and feel free to ask your questions. Ask away. In our video on Monday, I am going to show you how to bring your door in, and I am going to show you how to bring in furniture. All right. If you have questions, please please with a cherry on top, join the Discord and ask questions. Because this video didn't go as smoothly as I planned for it to. And I didn't want to redo the whole video again. So just come to the Discord and ask questions, get help. There's so many people there who are willing to help. And if I'm available, I will, give lend my hand to help. And I also offer one-on-one sessions as well. So just join the Discord. I cannot express enough. Join the Discord. But yeah, let me just show you really quickly now how to apply your transforms. So basically, let's hide the collision for a second and let's select our mesh. Once you have your mesh selected, come up here to objects, go down to apply, and then click all transforms. And This menu is going to pop up, create new object, data users, and apply transform. Yes, click it and it'll do that for you. And then you're going to hide your interior and unhide your collision. Do the same thing for your collision. Go up to object, apply, all transforms, just the same way you did it. Then you want to, save everything. Export your Y type again, because it's new data. Export your Y type, export your interior and your collision again. Bring them into the RPF Explorer, convert them over, and then once you've converted them, drag them into your stream folder. Then open up CodeWalker. Let me close out of this. Open the folder in CodeWalker. And when you open the folder, nothing should be here. Nothing should be here. Before you open up the folder in CodeWalker, delete the Y map that you created. Everything that we created the first go around, delete all of it. Delete the Y map, delete the YMF, and delete. That's it. So delete the Y map and delete the YMF file, which is your manifest file. Does that make sense? Let me walk through that one more again. Export everything after you applied all of your transforms. Export the Y type. Export your interior shell. Export your collision. Go to your RPF Explorer and drag them into here. Make sure you delete the ones that you had in here at first, and then drag those into from your where you exported them. Drag them into the converter to convert them. Then once you have converted them, drag them all into your stream folder. Okay, drag them back into your stream folder. So you should have 3 things that you're dragging. You should be dragging your YDR, your interior YDR, you should be dragging your Y type, and you should be dragging your collision file into your stream folder. Make sure you have already deleted the Y map and the YMF, because we're going to recreate those in CodeWalker. Just rewind the video and follow those same steps for creating the Y map. Those steps were solid. You go up here, new Y map file. And then once you click new Y map file, name your Y map file, save it, right? Name your Y map file, then save it, then up here Y map, add new entity. And when you add your entity, you're going to add it as it's going to be called your collision file. So hacker_lounge_interior_COL, that is what you're going to call it. If you look right here, when you click add new entity, this page will pop up, and you just it'll have like the egg. You're going to replace the egg prop name with the collision name, and then it'll bring it. Then you reposition it using the gizmos, and then you save it. Before you reposition it, close it, open it back up, then reposition it, then save it, then make sure you come here to where it says Y type files. Click on Y type and then save the Y type file. This is what I forgot to do initially. Also, save your Y type file. If you do not save your Y type, your Y map will not save. Then come to tools, manifest generator, generate manifest, save manifest, and then name it what you want it to be and click save. Okay, and that should be everything. If you have questions, join the Discord. All right, I love you all. So sorry for the the mistakes, but they happen. The mistakes, they happen, and a part of me is glad that they happened while I was recording the video, because making MLOs isn't necessarily hard, but it also isn't easy. It takes practice, and you're gonna make the mistakes, and it's your job to not give up. Just go back and find where you messed up. And sometimes that means going back further than you messed up. Sometimes that means erasing some stuff that you did and just, doing your own level of debugging until you pinpoint what it is that you did wrong. And don't look for everybody to always give you the answer, because, everybody isn't always willing to give you the answer. And sometimes you just got to work at it and figure it out. You just got to work at it. So don't give up. Keep trying. Again, if you have questions, join the Discord. I cannot emphasize enough. Join the Discord. Ask question. No question is a dumb question. And be patient so that you will get an answer. I have yet to see anybody not get answer in the Discord. All right. I love you all. Right now we have a giveaway going on for the Flawless Salon. To enter the giveaway, if you would like Flawless Salon, I have a chance to win it. Join Discord and you can enter the giveaway in the giveaways channel in Discord. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I'll be back Monday to show you how to add your props and furniture.